Hey guys, what's going on? A Button Games here, back on Diablo 3. I know it's been a while. If you guys have been watching any of my other videos or checking me out on Twitter, then you would know. But if not, basically, guys, I moved. I've been without internet for the last almost 2.5 weeks. I finally got it all set up. I was able to record some stuff, but uploading it was obviously impossible without internet. So I figured I was just going to hold off until we get the Necromancer. I don't need no bullshit filler videos on my channel or anything like that. I kind of only want to keep like what I think is the good stuff. So finally, we have the Necromancer, this beauty right here. And of course, if you have a Necromancer, you have to name it Skeletor. So that's what this guy's name is Skeletor. And he looks ridiculous. That's because I figured out what I would do with this video is just go over all the shit that you get. And then I'm probably going to do maybe like a live stream either Thursday or Friday, kind of just leveling up and just seeing how close we can get to max level and exploring all the skills and stuff. And then from there, we'll do the usual builds, and we'll try to break the game and stuff like that until they figure it out and patch the game. But that's kind of what we do. So let's jump right into it, guys. So I'm going to get a shit ton of cosmetics here. So you're going to get these wings. Wings of the Crypt Guardian. It says, as a master of the dead, the crypts are part of your realm, and the rotting bodies within them are your most faithful allies. So you get these things, these little bone wings here. You also get this little half-formed golem, which is creepy looking as fuck. He's got like a heart. His body's like a heart. I don't know. It says this little one wasn't quite finished when it came into the world, but it'll follow you anyways. Of course, we have our cow. That's not part of this, but anyway. We got these pennants. Bone and sinew bend at your command. So we have this thing here. I'll probably leave that off because it's kind of obnoxious looking in my opinion. And then you get this portrait frame. You know, I'm probably going to use that for sure. It looks fucking badass, so we're definitely going to keep that. Let's take a quick look at the skills here. So let's start with the basic skills here, your primary attack. We have Bone Spikes. Summon Bone Spikes on the ground to damage enemies. It kind of looks like this. What else we got here? We got Grim Scythe. This is slash with the summoned scythe in front of you, damaging nearby enemies. So I'm sure we've all seen that in the gameplay videos. Kind of creates like a little ghost scythe in front of you, and it just kind of fucks shit up. We got Siphon Blood, so this kind of takes blood. It damages enemies and heals you, so I'm assuming it'll do a little bit less damage than the other ones, but it could be good for survivability. Let's look at these. Bone Spear. Oh yeah, guys, Bone Spear is back. Summon a piercing projectile that causes damage to all enemies it passes through. We have Skeleton Mage. Raise a skeleton from the ground to attack your foes. And then we have Death Nova. Unleashes a nova that damages all nearby enemies. And as you guys see, the things to use these skills are called Essence. And of course, obviously your primary attacks generate Essence. Let's take a look at here. Corpse Explosion. So this is on my square. So these wings are fucking obnoxious. This is on my square. Corpse Explosion. Target an area exploding up to 5 corpses, dealing damage to nearby enemies. That could be really cool if they have some cool sets to kind of chain reaction that stuff. I feel like that'd be really cool. You could kind of have like an exploding palm monk sort of chain reaction with the Necromancer. Corpse Lance. Target an enemy to summon a projectile from enemy corpses to damage that target. Blah, blah. Okay, so this one kind of requires there to be dead enemies around, and you use it, and it uses those dead corpses kind of as spears. It obviously turns them into spears and throws them at the enemy that you're targeting. That's kind of cool. Devour. Consume nearby corpses to restore essence per corpse. That's probably pretty good. That's probably a good thing. That's probably something most people will have in their build, I would imagine, like late game, because, you know, keeping up your resource is probably like key for most builds, so I would imagine for this build it is. So it'll probably be something I'll have on there as well. That's kind of just like a way to get all your resources back. It doesn't look like it costs anything, and as far, you know, it's hard to tell what the cooldowns could be on something like this, so we'll see. Revive. Target area reviving fallen enemies to fight for you for a time. Okay, that could be pretty cool. I could probably see a set maybe that makes them last forever, although that would be kind of similar to the Witch Doctor, so maybe not. I don't know. Reanimation. Active. Command your skeleton minions to attack the target and increase their damage. Okay. Command Golem. Active. Command the Golem to the targeted location where it collapses into a pile of usable corpses. Okay. Passive. Raise a flesh golem to fight for you. Okay, so this guy kind of just will follow you around, and then you could use him to turn into a pile of corpses, so you could use those corpses to throw spears at, or for corpse explosion, things like that. I'm already kind of seeing some ideas here. Army of the Dead. Summons a massive army of the dead to pummel the targeted location. That could be pretty freaking cool. It seems like all these things are targeted locations instead of things that just follow you around. Kind of like the Excuse me, guys. Kind of like the sycophants from the witch doctors, where you summon them and they kind of follow you around and fuck shit up. This looks like it's more of a targeted thing, so I would imagine it'd probably do a little bit more damage. Land of the Dead. All corpse skills can be used at will for the duration. So that's probably pretty good. That's just kind of like, you know, you use that and you can basically just go ape shit for a few seconds. That's kind of cool. Curses. Decreepify, I'm sorry. A crippling curse that reduces the enemy unit's movement speed and damage done. Okay? Leech. Cursed target area, cursed enemies heal the attacker when they are struck. Okay, cool. And frailty? Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that said fatality real quick, because I was playing Mortal Kombat earlier. Ignore it. A crippling curse that instantly kills enemies with low health. That, I could see that being useful, but I could see that not being useful. I guess I'd see how this class plays. And the reason I say that I don't see that exactly being super useful is because at higher torment levels, you basically just kill shit in one hit anyways. You don't generally leave things with low health. Now, that being said, I could see a set that maybe plays into this that raises the threshold, so maybe they have to be below 10% health normally, but a set might raise the ability to use this to 35% health. Then that'd be badass as hell. Alright, moving on to the R1 skills. Whoops, sorry. The R1 skills, Blood and Bone. Cost 10 essence, cooldown 10 seconds. Oh, I guess those other ones don't have cooldowns. I didn't know if it showed you or not if you didn't have them locked. Rip bones from nearby enemies, dealing damage and creating armor that reduces damage taken per enemy hit. Okay, Bone Spirit. Launch a Bone Spirit that will seek enemies, deals damage on impact, so kind of reminds me of like Haunt almost in a way. Blood Rush, costs 5% health, cooldown 5 seconds. That's unique, costs 5% health. Shed your mortal flesh and reappear in another location. That's kind of like Teleport. That's kind of cool. It costs 25% health. Holy crap. Simulacrum? Is that English? Is that a word I should know? 120-second cooldown, costs 25% of your health. Create whatever the fuck that word is, made of blood, that will duplicate your secondary skills for duration. That's really cool. So I could see kind of, you know, a nuking strategy for this class. You know, to get you started before you have your build going crazy. You know, combining this word here that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce again, or else I'm going to look like an idiot. Combining this thing that duplicates your secondary skills, and then this Land of the Dead that allows you to just use all of your skills at will for the duration. So you'll basically be doubling all those uses with both of these things active. They both have pretty long cooldowns, but you know, again, you can have things that reduce cooldowns and stuff like that. So I think that could be pretty cool. Let us take a peek at the passives. Passive, Fueled by Death. Consuming a corpse increases your movement speed by 3% for 5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 10 times, so you get 30% movement speed if you consume corpses. That's kind of cool. Life from Death. Consuming a corpse has a 20% chance to spawn a health globe. I probably wouldn't use that. It says here, increase armor by 100%, reduced by 10% for each active minion. Okay, so this is more of those things. Okay, I was about to say, this is more of those that if you kind of want to rock alone and just use like the normal, or just use like skills that don't involve animating corpses, and hence this thing is called standalone. Bone Prison. Bone Spirit, Bone Spikes, and Bone Spirits have a 30% chance to trap enemies in a bone prison for 3 seconds. That's kind of cool. Commander of the Risen Dead. The essence cost of command skeletons and the cooldown of command golem are reduced by 30%. Okay. Swift Harvesting. Increase the attack speed of Bone Spikes, Siphon Blood, and Grim Scythe by 15%. That's pretty cool. Extended Servitude. Increase the duration of your Skeletal Mage and revive minions by 25%. Rigor Mortis. Poison abilities also slow enemies by 30% and reduce their attack speed by 30% for 5 seconds. Okay. Increase your maximum essence by 40. Alright. When using a scythe, gain 2% essence and life per kill. It can be pretty good. Receive a 1% damage bonus for each enemy afflicted by one of your curses. I can see that being pretty good. Your curses cost 50% less essence and last forever. Now that could be interesting if there's a build that plays off of curses. Final Service. When you take lethal damage, you are sustained, preventing all damage for 4 seconds. In addition, all minions are consumed to heal you 10% of your life. This effect cannot occur more once every... Okay, there are a few classes that have very similar effects to that. Grisly Tribute. You are healed 10%, I almost said 100%. 10% of your life on hit when one of your minions hits an enemy. That's pretty good. I can see survivability aspects of this class if you really want to just go all out, just kind of tanking like. That could be pretty cool. Draw life. Increases your life regeneration by 10% for each enemy within 20 yards. Again, a lot of these skills really go towards life regen, which is very interesting. I guess we'll have to see how that goes. There might be like a build that makes you do damage based on how much you have life regen, so that could be an interesting take on that. Bone spikes, serration, sorry. Serration, yeah, serration. Bone spikes, bone spear, and bone spirit deal 1% increased damage for every 1.5 yards. Damage for every 1.5 yards from you up to a maximum of 20%. So, not for every 1.5 yards the enemy is, but the actual thing I cast. So if I cast that and just fucking book backwards, it can just do a shit ton of damage. Interesting. Your minions gain 200% of your thorns. That's interesting. That's just like so random. There's been nothing in here in any of the skills about thorn damage. Interesting. Picking up a health glove removes the health cost of the next blood spell. This effect can stack up to 10 times. Interesting. After cumulatively losing 100% of your maximum life, all ability cooldowns are reduced by 20%. This effect cannot reduce the ability's cooldown more than once for each time that ability is used. Okay, that's really cool. So basically this is, you obviously don't have to die. It's just like if you have 100,000 health, every time you take 100,000 damage, your cooldowns will be reduced by 20%. However, you have to use that skill each time to get that 20% effect. So you can't just keep getting hit and just keep reducing all your cooldowns by 20%. It only works on skills that you've used in between the last time this has gone off. So interesting. And Rothma's Shield. You cannot lose life for 4 seconds after using Land of the Dead, Army of the Dead, or Samek. I said I wasn't going to try and pronounce that word. So these are all pretty interesting skills, guys. Obviously I haven't leveled up this character yet, so I have yet to kind of play around with it and really see how this character works, but I've of course used all my Paragon points. Now let's look at the world map real quick, because as we know, we have some new areas. What the fuck are they? Oh, I think they're in the high heavens, right? So these things, I think these are all new. These realms of eternal fate and cursed fate, I think those are new. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like all of these might be new, maybe not. I don't know. I apologize if they're not. And then anything new here? Doesn't look like. Oh well, actually, wait. What was that? Maybe I just don't recognize that. What's that? Oh yeah, Path to Drown. Okay. Was it in Bastion's Keep? No, this stuff's all been here. There's definitely something else new. I keep hitting the wrong button, guys. Sorry. Oh, okay, right here. Shrouded Moors and Temple of the Firstborn level 1. So these are all new things. Of course we'll kind of explore those in maybe a next video when we fuck around a little bit and when we showcase more of the combat. I'm going to level up a little bit by then so I have more skills and stuff to show off and more equipment. Probably give myself one of those legendary weapons with the gem put into it to lower the requirement to 1, just so we can kind of book through some shit. But I kind of just want to go over that, guys, show you guys some of the stuff that they add into the game. I'm super excited for this. Let me know down below if you guys would like to see maybe a live stream where we kind of all just sit around for a few hours, chat, have a good time, level this guy up. You guys give me your input, I give you my input, things like that. I think that could be a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video if you liked it. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry for the delay in the video. And until next time, guys, see ya.